Hi guys,
Hello, people.
I'm
Lola.
and we're watching second episode of Sopranos of season 4.
It feels like we haven't watched it for a bit because
We pre-film a bit.
literally pre-filmed, so like we didn't watch it for a good 10 days, I feel
Yeah.
like. And so I really missed it.
I remember everything.
Me too, especially because I edited episode
Yes.
1 like yesterday or the day
But
before.
like it was also impactful.
It was so
like
good.
in my opinion, I didn't edit it, but like I still
There was nothing to forget.
immediately
honestly.
when I looked at our Patreon and I saw
the picture,
I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, I
One
love the first episode again, especially because it concentrated on Chris, and that is like a character that I hope this season in general just like concentrates on. We have come to a point where my list of favorite characters goes Carmela, Chris, and then nothing, So this is where I am right now.
I have to just say again, I feel like 10 times I disagree.
Yes,
and
Andrea, I'm sorry.
Adriana.
Adriana. No, it's just because like I have such a soft spot for her. It's just like I still don't feel like she's a character. You know what I mean?
She is a character, especially now when I realize it. Like
she is gonna be, yes.
That they are wanna make her an
informant.
And immediately again I sympathize with her.
I agree completely.
So even now, finally, I can say that like I had, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Now it's official.
Yeah.
Because before that, she was just too cute,
Yeah.
Like
she was just sweet.
Yes, exactly. But like again, I could love her. But now officially,
I mean, I love that there's like gonna be a bigger story. Like, is the story gonna be nice for her? No. But
pretty confident it won't be nice.
No, me neither. But like I love that we're gonna get more of her, hopefully. So like that makes me very excited for this season. And yeah, I mean, I was editing episode 1 last night or whatever, and so I just I relived my anger at Tony being the way that he is towards Chris.
Yeah.
And so, oh my god, I noticed during episode 1 I was editing, and so I noticed, I don't even know if this is important, but I was like, this is a thing, and I'm not sure if it's a thing. In the beginning of the episode, Carmela is like, they're in the kitchen, Carmela's like taking something out of the fridge or whatever, and someone knocks on the door, and like the microwave is right there, and she like fixes her hair, and like Chris enters, and she's like, where's Furio? And so like I was like editing that because I was like looking at her, I'm like, okay, why is she fixing her hair? Like it's Chris or whatever. And so like I'm thinking, I feel like because again she's unhappy in her marriage, and like she always has someone else to like, let's say,
fix it.
Yeah, like we had the priest, and then like we had this one scene like where you find out that
Cute
like
guy.
Of like the tennis guy. Remember like when he was retiring, and so like I think like maybe
guy who was fixing.
Who's fixing? Her. Yes, and so like now I just think maybe like Fury is the new
of all people.
If you're already picking a toxic one, you do have your husband there.
Exactly.
So I mean, I don't think she's not picking it based on like who's a good person. It's basically like she
Someone might say he's even more charming than Fury. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I mean, the bar's on the fucking floor here. Like, so I mean, I don't know if this is a thing. I just like I thought it was interesting, and she was like, "Oh, where's Furio?"
I kind of remember her fixing her hair in my mind. That I thought. Who's coming?
I
remember seeing Chris and thinking nothing of it.
I think I was like when she said where's Furio, I was like, why would you even ask?
Yeah.
And so like when I was editing that, I caught that, and that was interesting. So I don't know if that's a thing, but yeah.
I mean, I don't know. That's fine if it's like a crush, let's say, or something, I'm just wondering if something's gonna happen,
I don't know. I mean, that would be interesting. Let me just tell you, that would be so fucking hilarious.
I don't know what I would say to that.
And that would be so hilarious. I'm very excited to watch this.
Me too.
Let's see. Let's play. Oh, Happy New Year.
Yes, this is the first
I think this should be the first thing that we post in the new year. Potentially. Maybe Arcane, but maybe this.
Yes, maybe this. Hopefully this.
Because if we post Arcane to start up the new year, we were not too happy in episode 8. So maybe like leave that in 2024.
No, and this is a horrible episode. But like traumatic, I mean. Not
it's
horrible.
episode 2. Don't make it traumatic.
Our last episode 2 wasn't Did Lydia die? Yes, Lydia died in the
Lydia
last episode.
died.
So like technically, you
That's
never
fucking
know.
True. Well, let's see. Let's see how we set up this new year. I mean, today is the last day we film this year.
Yeah. And yes.
Yes, but it's not zoomed in.
It's not zoomed in.
But like, I still think someone's lying to me because I don't remember seeing this radio. I should look back on this, but like, I don't remember the radio. But yes, the Twin Towers have been removed. I think like when I was editing, actually, like I think there's a plane. See? No, just that. I sort of saw something else. No one paid attention to whatever.
It's okay. It's okay.
This plane. Was that plane always there?
I'm guessing. I think they just cut out.
Again, when we concentrate too much on.
I think it's that because remember I was thinking that it's faster. I was like
that faster, zoomed in, and everyone's watching us. Okay.
No, just like they took out the Twin Tower.
Lilac personal shopping. Hey you.
I was about to say, is it
My cousin
your?
came through on those day spa certificates. Excellent.
I could never do this job. Imagine.
Want some lunch? I was just gonna sit down and shoot a sand. Onions in the morning. Actually, it's 2 o'clock.
At her age,
Well,
that's morning.
onions ever.
Look, Mom, this whole thing about working between now and start of class is all about you being pissed because I'm intern at the Paper Mill Playhouse this summer.
We bought you a car so you could drive back and forth to your internship. You don't feel bad that you didn't live up to your end of the deal?
Jesus, we've been through this how many times? I read, Mom, out by that pool. Probably half the canon.
The canon, okay? What is that now?
Now, the great books, Western literature, dead white males, who even in their reductionism have quite interesting things to say about death and loss. Maybe more interesting than what you have to say.
Is Mary Higgins Clark a part of that group? Because that's what I saw you reading every time I passed by the pool.
Their relationship is so interesting to me because like I think Meadow's gonna end up like her. But like also she wants better for her, but it makes her like it reminds her of like what she doesn't have. Like what she missed out on. Like all her potential or whatever.
Some guy in your driveway with a ponytail? What is his story?
Oh my god, we're fixing ourselves for Furio. We're fixing ourselves for Furio. This is about to be a thing.
So you're gonna stay, huh? You're gonna become a citizen too?
Nah, you don't need that. How's it going, Doc?
These like this, just swell.
I hear Jenny Sachs getting a 95-pound mold taken off her ass.
I mean, at least make a joke funny if it's gonna be. It's not that funny.
We can do maybe 2 carpenter jobs, 1 no-show, 1 no work.
2 jobs. On a $300 million project?
For the duration. You will give Paulie 5 carpenter jobs. 2 no-shows and 3 no works. Now, if there isn't anything else.
I don't even understand what they mean. No
Yeah,
show,
me
no
neither.
job. Like,
I
what
don't
is this?
even-
I don't understand Mafia.
Top all of his crew.
You acting couple is true.
It's Chrissy. Hey, Chrissy. That's the way certain people want it. We trust there will be no ill will.
It's fucking great. I mean, I know I'm just the acting, but still.
Big responsibility, Chrissy.
Hey, I got it covered. First thing I'm doing is getting wings in my hair. You know, like Paul.
I'll talk to you later.
It's ridiculous how much he has like grown on me. Like I get mad when people like don't acknowledge his jokes or something.
Shaped like football. Christopher talks about having kids once in a while. I used to date this one guy, Vinny. He was more like a fuck buddy, but he lived on Staten Island. I swear, we'd be in the middle of doing it, and if his goddamn beeper went off, I think he was like connected or something. He used to carry a gun. Probably just to protect himself. I mean, Christopher does too sometimes. You're in a cash business. Stocks is a cash business?
Don't speak.
Can I tell you something?
No. Tell her something dumb.
She's
It's gonna be something dumb.
I don't think I can have kids. What? Why? My gynecologist says that there's a good chance I won't be able to hold pregnancy.
Baby girl.
I believe I'm telling you this. Christopher don't even know. My own mother even. Sometimes it helps to talk, huh?
I will have to switch as an FBI agent.
They can do incredible things.
No,
these days,
literally.
Aid.
I'm a man of many mysteries.
He's very happy now.
Danielle, this is Christopher's friend.
Oh,
Hey, how you doing?
she saw where he took the keys from.
Yeah, so you put this
I
in the
thought,
back of your freezer.
yeah, I
Oh,
thought he
drugs.
took the drugs.
Go on, buy her a drink somewhere. I gotta talk to my fiance.
Christopher, some manners? I'll call you tomorrow, Abe.
Something wrong with that broad.
Something's wrong with you.
Yeah? Here's what's wrong with me.
Well, that's where his intuition is correct.
Holy shit. Oh my god.
Let's just say that Carmela ain't gonna be first lady forever.
Yeah. Guy in a red jacket? In like 10 seconds, that cop will fuck a fireball.
I don't think I want to see this.
God.
Just don't procreate.
It's my brother.
I was expecting to see something.
Like, is it
yeah.
shoes? Is it...
What? What do you care, Tony? It's none of your business anyhow.
Ralph Cifaretto, Jonas?
Who's been to see my mom? I don't think anybody, Paulie. Ralph told this funny fucking joke though at Albert's party. He goes, Jimmy Stack had a 95-pound mole surgically taken off her ass. He said that? You think it's funny?
At least they're related with the repeating of the jokes, but really it was not funny. But like, what a loser. You. I feel happy like when they understand it. Like, guys, I went to see my mother. You're not a family.
No.
Like, you're all horrible fucking people. They're all die alone and no one to like come to your funerals because they actually liked you. They're coming to your funerals to talk business. And that's how you're gonna die.
If I were a carpenter and you were a douchebag, I tell you this no-show shit is tough. Deciding what not to wear to work, what not to put in my lunchbox. You're breaking my heart.
Hey, you know that girl the other night, Danielle? She's a piece of ass, but fucking rude.
It's all here.
You remember to put the spores in there?
That's not funny.
I don't know what spores are.
Fuck's all that?
Fiber optic cable. High-speed internet access. A lot of money in this shit.
Oh yeah?
So she's regressing.
She keeps it up, she'll be back in the womb.
Over the course of a child's life, there's a constant moving away and coming back. Security versus freedom. But what I find interesting, and that's if I hear you right, is that at the age of 19, she actually wants to stay close to home.
Well, see, that's what I was gonna say. It's tragic, that kid.
It was
Couldn't care
some
less.
kind of drug deal, you said.
Exactly, yeah. All the earmarks. No, it's gotta be tough. Then again, they've been broken up, and he wasn't very nice to her.
It may be a manipulation in part,
She's got a heart on about Columbia. It's so competitive.
but it doesn't mean that her pain over Jackie's death isn't real. Has she said to you or Carmela she's depressed?
Well, come on with that shit. She's gonna be all right.
And her anger is focused on Carmela, not on you?
Me and Matt were always close, even in that 15-year-old period, you know, but you could hardly stomach Carmela.
Well, you are the dad. The template for all future lovers.
She loves me.
Great.
I know that.
Might be helpful if she saw someone.
But like you said, she's going back to school. She's gonna be with her college pals, back to the grindstone. That's all good shit.
Her boyfriend was shot to death. I would need therapy.
Oh, God.
I decided to take a year off.
You what? And do what? Loaf around the house?
Actually, I'm going to Europe with Misty.
What are you talking about?
Patsy mentioned
Oh,
something.
Jesus Christ, if I want Patsy in charge. Use your fucking head, Christopher.
I'm sorry, T. I thought I was.
If I joined you to a $250 million job, think. Christopher, think. It's a big fucking picture, huh?
Where's that number of the therapist that Mafia gave you?
Why? What happened?
She's going to Europe, your daughter.
Where is she?
I don't know, down the shore.
Oh, I suppose all these parties she goes to.
But like, who's financing the trip? Like, what?
Please with the yelling. You still online? Yes, as a matter of fact, I am.
Everyone fucking stop yelling at the child
What the fuck?
who just asked a fucking question.
Real life,
Real life.
art.
You know, I knew all this constant hopping on art was gonna cause trouble.
Gonna work in publicity or something? Some friend of Misty's is making a movie in Denmark?
She's going back to school. They got counselors there. Better ones. Ivy League ones.
I don't think so.
No fucking way. She's going to you.
What's the matter, baby? Tony again?
I owe this guy a lot. But he's a fucking jerk sometimes.
You owe him nothing.
Like you never heard of a learning curve. I'm gonna get high.
Boy.
Doesn't blow at the club.
I hate that he even says I owe a lot to the guy. What the fuck do you owe to him?
Tony, you know, it's like Danielle was saying, how we send food to the poorer countries. No good deed goes unpunished.
What is it with you and this girl? With all your intelligence, you never see the big picture. You met her where?
At the mall, so?
Think, Adriana, think. Girl like that, ass like that. She don't have a boyfriend, she don't like Paulie.
Oh, like he's Jude Law.
Yeah, whatever. You not fucking blind?
Is he saying that like she is gay? I don't know what he's... Yeah.
She's a dyke.
No.
Sorry, actually. But like, Paulie. she's kind of like, oh.
My head? It was your idea.
Excuse me?
When the kid did, Vito, told you how expensive this shit was.
They're using him.
You gave me a look. A look.
I keep having images of Jackie Aprile lying in a pool of his own blood in some street somewhere.
French discos.
God.
Away all sad thoughts.
What does every college have junior year abroad if there isn't a need for it?
Then why don't you wait for junior year, man? It's 8 months.
Because I need it now.
You wanna go to Europe? No. Clear your head, run with the bulls. Do whatever it is the hell they do over there.
Dr. Melfi's person is an educational consultant. Maybe she can explain to Meadow how dropping out now is not going to look at all good in medical schools. We could use an ally here, Tony. Some adult besides us to toe the line for accountability and responsibility.
She should talk to someone.
So maybe
Okay.
you go on an antidepressant to tide you over. You're not paying for it.
They all stood around drinking and blubbering at these egregious saccharine fucking Italian ballads. It's revolting.
You mentioned Jack's father was in the Mafia. I didn't realize your dad was too.
There's no such thing as a mafia. I said Jackie's dad was a loan shark.
So Dad was a positive force in Jack's life.
Jackie. Yeah.
Sure.
Don't like talking much about Dad, do you?
Guys, see, this is so interesting.
You know, I'm gonna ask you a question about Dad. Did Dad ever molest you?
No.
I don't tell them what we discuss, Meadow.
Yeah, I don't think so.
What about Mom?
God, no. Unless you consider obsessing about my fucking GPA and assault, which I do.
Well, she has to learn that education is a lifelong process.
That's what I told them.
College degree is a nice thing, sure, but not at the sake of emotional well-being.
That's exactly what I said.
Or I could write you a letter to the University of Barcelona. It's a hot school.
Oh my god, I would say
God.
yes
There's a faculty
immediately.
there.
Imagine.
She's an interesting therapist. She speaks a bit weirdly.
I think maybe she figured her out that she should stay away from her parents.
Like she's correct in the assessment. Like Carmela, for Carmela, it's important for her to stay in school because like Carmela didn't do anything. So like now she needs to relive this through Meadow to right the wrongs.
And also I don't think they want for Tony to affect to have a confirmation that his behavior affects Meadow, so she leaves the school or like follow his footsteps.
Yeah.
So like that's why they're pushing her.
It's just, Matthew feels bad. Maybe he was passed over.
I love all of them falling apart. Like
Love everything
kill each
that's
other
happening.
basically.
Love everything
Like
that's happening right now in the show.
again, the only person that I always feel bad for in their environment is Chris. Everyone else, you can literally kill each other for all I care.
No thanks, I'm gonna stick with the champagne.
I'd be concerned that he would suggest a
We might build some
threesome.
connection.
So I was thinking, right?
Yeah.
What we do is start our own group.
Oh. This is...
What are you doing?
What?
I'm gonna go.
What? Hang out. What's the matter?
You piece of fucking shit!
Oh! What the fuck?
I saw what you did. What did you think? You were gonna fuck the two of us?
She came on to me. She took my hand. She was rubbing it on herself.
Bullshit!
Yeah? How about right before you came over? She was telling me where she buys her pants, her fucking underwear and shit. Fucking BBs like I give a fuck.
What, you said she was gay?
Who knows what her problem is? What do I want with that skank when I got you?
You were saying she had a nice ass.
I was trying to say something positive because she's your friend.
I'm sorry, I was trying to say something
Yeah.
positive because she's your friend. She has a nice ass. They're not serious people.
What have I been telling you about this?
What do you want? Nothing really. You should see the floor tiles, though. No more dipping at the job, according to fucking Alfalfa.
Go ahead.
What? Knock off the tile? Tony says no.
I got your back.
God.
Tony be fine.
Love this.
Right.
Love this.
So how's your love life?
Why don't you mind your goddamn business?
I don't know. It kind of feels like it is my business, considering I had to haul your last boyfriend out of your kitchen in a hefty bag.
You're a miserable fuck, you know that? You're just like Mom.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, really. With your condescension and your sabotage, for your information. Wow.
I mean, like her face when he told her that and left felt like PTSD.
Whether you threatened by the fact that he has a sense of style?
Oh, such a style.
Ralph Lauren? Legion?
Here's your question, Janice. Do I know this guy better than you? Because I'm telling you, he's no fucking good.
My happiness really drives you crazy, doesn't it, Tony?
Reorganization.
Lola, personal shopping. 5 fucking messages, Danielle. Can't you take a hint? Stop fucking calling here. Sweetie, don't be like that. Sweetie, bullshit.
Yeah,
You're lucky I don't whip your ass. I thought we were friends.
I think we should consider the undercover op a dead issue. Let's just bring her in straight up.
That's what fell through.
Yeah.
Still in all, good work this far.
Truly, imagine your 5 months you spent like
You
this.
know what the problem is, right? She gave all the Sante a hard on. You know, I had a dream about her the other night.
God.
Boring cocksucker.
Who's that?
Jehovah's Witnesses are more interesting. Catch your balls.
Sometimes he says it better. He says something funny.
Look, if there's anyone that's a comedy in the show, it is Tony.
It is, that's true.
He does have the funniest jokes.
But some of your guys,
I told you I'd take care of you.
this is not the fiber optics. I'm talking about the floor tiles.
What are you gonna do now?
What floor tiles?
Last night, somebody hijacked a trailer. The truck crushed a shed on its way out, too.
I love seeing them be pissed at each other.
But just like the thing is, Chris
yeah,
is,
everything is.
it
comes
falls
back
on him, so now it's pissing me off.
Fucking floor tiles now. You little fucking prick. Oh, come on. I distinctly told you to lay off this fucking job.
Up to Silvio! He gave the order, you stupid fuck!
What'd you call me?
I'm calling the police.
And don't think I forgot about you going through my fucking fiance's underwear
It
drawer.
wasn't me, you fucking jerk!
We'll see, huh?
Why is he switching around?
Oh, what for you? Ralph Bunch over here!
I knew it.
That's the
I
only
literally
fucking
knew
sane
it.
person. I hate them all. I hate them all. I literally hope you all fucking die.
Get him to the fucking hospital. Make sure he keeps his mouth shut.
She said I don't have to tell you her dad. It's confidential.
This is what we pay $200 for.
It was your idea. I only saw her out of a gesture of goodwill.
Sure, she thinks this is a good idea.
Was she eating ice cream? I like you eat ice cream when you're
Sure, she
depressed.
thinks this is a good idea.
She said it's no big deal. I can pick up my education wherever, whenever. You're right. I forgot to mention the pivotal role of the work ethic in this family.
You can lose that smart mouth right now.
Or what? What is this, Afghanistan? I'm over 18 now. I'm a grown woman. I can go where I want and do what I want.
All right, Jesus God, we know that.
Is that your only point here? May interest you to know she also thinks I should probably be on Prozac.
She does?
She said that.
Jackie was murdered. I know you think it's nothing that screaming my head off at the Columbia Army game wouldn't cure.
That is so unfair.
You want it or don't want it?
Listen to Mr. Mob Boss.
What did you call me?
All this fucking pussyfooting around. Years now? Why don't we just get it all out there?
Tony.
Shut up.
Tony!
You got something you want to say to me?
What do you mean?
What do I mean? What do you mean? All these innuendos. You in front of me that I didn't do everything I could to keep that kid from fucking himself up? Then yeah, knowing him and his family. That I didn't try to be a better dad to him than his own dad. God rest his soul. That I didn't try to protect Jackie Jr., that I didn't actually smack him around because I was so frustrated. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
I'm through telling people you help with environmental cleanup.
That's not what I asked you.
Like you could talk honestly for 3 fucking seconds.
You try me.
I made my plans. I'm going to Europe and I'm getting the fuck out of here.
You've been told no.
Watch me.
Don't do it. I'm warning you. Do not do it.
That's a good girl.
Wow. God.
This feels like the beginning of the end.
God.
Special Agent Dwight Harris, FBI. I believe you two have already met.
Holy fucking shit. Don't make a scene. You don't want to attract attention. You're in the fucking FBI? We need to talk, Aid. It'll only take a half hour, and I assure you it's in your best interest.
But like, why would you accept this? You don't have to. Soprano.
That's a search warrant. Your office, your club, your cocaine. It's not my cocaine. Really? That's not what I have you saying on tape. You were fucking taping me? If I were you, I'd put aside my hurt feelings for a while.
I told you shit in confidence. That's nothing to do with any of this shit. Things I never told them.
A chance to save your life and Christopher's life.
You don't give a fuck about us. You and your fucking OBGYN doctor. You just wanted me and Chris to stay together long enough so you could find shit out.
We're not asking you to wear a wire. We're not asking you to testify. We just want information.
Is your name even Danielle?
This would break my heart.
What if I say no?
If you say no, you'll be placed under arrest and charged with possession and intent to distribute cocaine. A charge that carries with it a penalty of up to 25 years in prison.
Oh my god.
After you make bail, you can explain to Tony Soprano why you brought an undercover federal agent into his home during Sunday dinner.
Oh my god.
We'll probably never hear about it, though.
Oh my
Chances
god.
are you and Christopher will just disappear.
Like, they know how to say it, so they keep saying and Christopher.
A lot of money at stake. You of all people should know that.
What, you mad at me now?
Did you deliberately disobey me?
Of course not.
Because Patsy says you gave the okay. This is after Chrissy talked to him.
Timeline got fucked up.
You go back a long way, Sil.
Indeed we do.
Any
God.
way you feel like Chrissy usurped you or anything like that, you're trying to read me. It's not how it is.
Fine. Whole thing, misunderstanding.
You should be looking at what, 30 grand?
Should be about $2 grand there. I'll have the rest for you later.
I know you will.
Huh.
What? You catch on Scrapple?
I can't believe
sure
the
it's
actor will
social
play anything that's not a
community.
psychopathic role.
Sorry, it's closed out. You're cutting it a little close for most of the popular classes.
What about this one?
09531. It's your lucky day.
What is it?
Morality, self.
God, I love this episode.
This perfect episode for me.
Literally.
Perfect episode.
Been thinking, and if
Perfect.
you want, we can talk to your cousin Brian about the estate plan.
You have nothing to feel guilty about. It's me she blames.
What for?
A
No
perfect
words.
episode.
Literally perfect.
A perfect
Like,
episode.
this is how every episode of Sopranos
I just love it.
should be. What a good episode, honestly. This was a perfect
Like from
episode.
start to finish, everything great, concise,
But
interesting.
I
love
have,
it.
yeah, the thing is, I have a feeling like episodes like this don't get praised enough.
No, I literally,
I feel like
I'm certain
nobody-
I like forgot what this episode was about.
Exactly.
I mean, like tomorrow, I'm not gonna like necessarily think, oh, like episode
Exactly,
4 of season 2,
exactly.
like episode 2 of season 4 was like nothing like detrimental. Let's say happened. You know, it wasn't like that. It's just like everything flowed perfectly for me.
Yes, this was honestly. I mean, this season started strong with first 2 episodes. Let's just say it like that, considering that like both episodes have been perfect in my opinion.
Yes, and
Like-
like I love everything they set up for this whole season.
For all
So
the
like that
characters,
just
honestly.
makes me even more excited because
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying every storyline that's happening right now.
Yeah, let's say I'm really enjoying what's happening with the Mafia right now.
Oh, yeah.
Like with them between each other, you know.
Yeah, I mean, there's like their inner workings. Now, I'm not exactly quite sure what is happening and like what when they're talking business, I don't know what they mean. literally like when they're talking,
Yes.
you should like the
Not show,
the
not
tiles
this.
of this and like this. I have no fucking
We're
clue
just
what they mean.
understanding that like
I don't
one
know
is
the business
crossing each
side.
other
Yeah.
and like
I just know that like things are not functioning, and I do think like technically that's Tony's.
Yes,
That's
yeah.
on Tony.
I agree.
Because like he did like
Promote Chris.
yeah, he put a buffer in between himself and
But
everyone
like
else.
he did it because of his personal reasons.
Yes.
And like
Because he can manipulate Chris.
exactly.
And like he was getting closer to him to put him there. And so like this is to Chris' detriment as well, you know. That he got promoted in such a way.
We did see like yes, but like he is right now does not I don't think he understands that right now what is happening.
No.
He's right now very happy because where he is, you know.
Yeah.
But like it's so much more, let's say, responsibility at the same time.
Yeah.
But
and like
yes,
yes, it shouldn't have been him technically.
it shouldn't
like,
have been him.
When we think about their rankings and everything, I guess it should have gone
That
to...
was honestly for us. I mean, it wasn't shocking, but like first when Silvio said it,
Yeah.
like it was shocking for me that like Silvio saying it should be Chrissy or something like that. It's gonna be Chrissy or something like that. You know, that moment was shocking, but like then you get it. Like I was thinking how it's not gonna bother, how it isn't bothering him that like it's Chrissy and not, let's say, him or somebody.
I think Patsy was supposed to be the one.
Mm-hmm.
Like by the end, if I understood correctly, Patsy was supposed to be the one that was promoted, and Silvio, I guess. I don't think necessarily Silvio wants that for himself. It's just like that he thinks there's an order to do things. And like Chris is the one and like he shouldn't be the one. And so like...
That's what I want to say. But like that's the thing that like is bothering him.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
even if he wants or he doesn't want responsibility,
Yeah.
I feel like when you know something's not right, it bothers you. I would say then you even want it. I don't know how to explain that, but like... you want it to go to by correct order. When it comes to you, it comes to you, let's say, you know, like you're not gonna back away from it. It is the way how it is done, you know, and like you know it from the start when you go into this business, how it is, what
and like
should happen.
Also like Chris is a Tony's nephew.
Yeah.
You know, like if you have a company and a CEO suddenly promotes a worker that's his nephew above anyone else that's below him.
Like everybody's gonna have a problem with that.
Yeah, and so like Silvio, because of that, responded, let's say, in a way that like gave something to Patsy.
I'm just not sure how Patsy was supposed to be the one. I thought Silvio was supposed to be the one technically because Patsy answers to Silvio. Like Silvio got supported, let's say, Patsy. Got behind him when he had an idea, you know?
I mean, I think that's the problem with us not knowing the roles.
So in my opinion, technically Silvio, because like even Silvio said to Tony, like, like Patsy has a problem with this. In that moment, I thought like, oh, are you the one who is having problems with this? You're just not saying it outright. You're just like not brave enough to tell it to Tony, and then you're hiding behind Patsy, you know?
Yeah.
Something like that. At least that's how it seemed to me.
Again, I'm not sure the pecking order in everything, but like the way that they made it sound, it seemed like Patsy was like should have been, let's say, the one to get what Chris got, and he wasn't. And so again, I think this is the beginning of a greater issue within the whole group. Like we already know that like Paulie's whole problem with Tony, and we know Ralph and Tony have like this weird relationship, and so like this is another thing to put in here to shake up the whole foundation of their group.
Yes.
And like it just seems like it's gonna continue like this.
Honestly, I love that. Like I love again for Paulie. I think his problem started with when let's say Tony didn't respect him enough in some moments where he should have respected him. Or in this episode, like let's say he said, who visited my mother, and nobody did that because again they're not real family. they're doing it because they need to, let's say, like they have to take care of each other, but like not because they care. Not because they love each other really.
There has not been a funeral here when anyone mourned the person and didn't talk business, you know what I mean? Like we have not seen a funeral where like you're just there to like attend the funeral.
I mean, even Meadows
mentioned
mentioned Jackie's funeral in this episode.
Yeah, like they are not those people, and so like you will not get that treatment.
Yeah, again, which is very interesting thing that like we somehow I feel like realized while watching the show, because the show starts really talking about family, family this, the love this man, I love it,
and like those are the things that are important to both of us.
Yeah, and you realize like slowly how episodes are going, what that love actually means to them. We see like let's say Tony claimed that he loved Chris, and yet he's completely using him and manipulating him for his own benefit, which is very interesting in my opinion.
Tony is looking out for Tony.
That's what I want to say, but like I feel like before he didn't make mistakes, let's say, like this for his own benefit. I would say, like, let's say he promoted Ralph because even despite of his personal, let's say, wishes and beliefs, he promoted him because he is the next in line. It should be him. He is the one who earns the most, but like this time he did it because of his personal benefits.
Yeah,
because
so like I do think he's becoming more careless.
That's what I want to say. I think we are slowly watching, and I think his downfall.
That has to do with the fact that like he seems to be like in deeper depression and in like more paranoia and everything, and so like he is just becoming less smart, I think, with the choices that he makes. And I love that. It makes so much sense. Like the progression just makes complete sense to me.
I agree.
Of where he is at. And again, he really somehow, like, I just feel like when it comes to human emotions and like what Tony talks about and feels, it feels like he is cosplaying a person that has emotions. And the only person that I believe he has emotions towards is the kids. And everyone else, it just like seems like whenever he's talking about anything that's like supposed to be emotional, he's just saying things that like he's supposed to be saying, not things that he actually feels. Like he is just a really cold person, like a psychopathic one, you can say. And I just think that's fascinating to me.
I think so as well. It was very interesting, the relationship that he had with Mafia in this episode, talking about Jackie Jr. and Meadow, let's say, and just the way that he talked about Meadow's reaction, or like her feelings toward Jackie Jr., or like Jackie Jr.'s death in general. I feel like he was talking very coldly about the whole thing, without understanding much, let's say, how that would affect Meadow so much, because it wouldn't affect him. Let's say.
Yeah, so like when you think something is not gonna bother you, you're like thinking, why is it bothing you? Shouldn't you get over it?
Exactly, you don't, it seemed to me, he doesn't really understand how much it's bothering Meadow, actually, like the whole thing. And so like that conversation is very interesting. I think Melfi paid attention to everything and ask questions, and
it seems to me like Melfi, the previous few episodes that we've seen her with Tony, it seems like she is frustrated with him, like that there is no getting not through to him, but like it just like feels like she's sitting there listening to basically like we go in circles and like nothing changes. Like that's the phase that she has when she's speaking to him.
I understand.
Like she even mentioned this episode, like basically how Meadow is going to people that like remind her of her dad, like similarly how Tony like gravitates towards people that remind him of his mother, and like he just like continue talking about something, you know what I mean? Like it didn't stop to think about that, and like about like what that means for Meadow's future,
Yeah. God, also I think Meadow's storyline this season started very strong.
I was uncertain about what they should do. like I was like thinking, if I was a parent in this situation, you know, and like a kid says they want to take a year off, and like on one side, sometimes you have to be the responsible one as a parent and think like, how is this gonna affect their future? Like you have to like explain the consequence of their choices to them. On the other side, like she doesn't feel emotionally well, you know, like she needs some time to take away from studies, and like it's not gonna be to your benefit to like struggle through academic studies when you yourself are not feeling mentally well. Like it's gonna be draining on you. And so like
it's gonna be, I feel like, impossible to do, honestly. And especially after she survived what she survived last year, I think it shouldn't have come to this point. Like I think she should have gone to a psychiatrist immediately. Again, I think they're lost as well. I mean, I'm talking more about Carmela because it seems like she is doing, let's say, more of a parenting role. I think Tony is only there to back her up, or like to, like, let's say, I don't think Tony was sitting there and talking about how she should work the whole summer. Maybe he was, you know, but like I feel like Carmela is more the one doing that, you know?
Yeah.
And so like I think Carmela is lost and doesn't know what to do. And again, maybe psychiatrists, did it cross their minds, you know what I mean? Because like that should have been immediately. Like immediately when it happened.
I just feel like if you're a child loses someone,
goes through something like that,
that's so young and like it's traumatic, like I feel like my first thought would be like it's out of my hands to a certain degree. Like you can only help so much sometimes. Like that you need a professional approach to these situations, you know.
Exactly. Again, I'm always going back to this is like earlier times, but like still this is a specific type of situation where I feel like even in earlier times you would know that like therapist
should be an approach.
Detrimental.
Well, detrimental is a word.
Yes, is that does it go here?
I mean, it should
the psychologist should be detrimental. No. Interesting.
Like I understand like the context that you want to say. I know what you want to say. I just don't think detrimental.
Doesn't matter. You all know what I want to say.
Yeah.
But I do agree with the therapist that she went to later, that like what they are doing is both Carmela and Tony is thinking about themselves. If you understand what I mean. That Carmela, all she wants is for Meadow not to miss on this college experience, this the opportunities that can open up for her, that Carmela missed out on because she married very young. Again, she's not even, maybe the most 40 years old, and Meadow is 19.
Yeah.
You know, so she married very young.
Yeah.
And she didn't go to college, even though she had maybe those opportunities.
Yeah, like she was very smart, and like you see how smart she is, and like
definitely.
Whenever she comes to Meadow, she's like to Meadow's college, she's like, why don't you apply to this place? Why don't you apply to this like extracurricular activity or whatever? Like those are all the things that she has missed out on, and so like she does the thing that like I think parents usually do with their kids. Not usually, but like I think it's a very common thing where like you want your child to do the things that you yourself were not able to do.
I think so as well, yeah.
And like that is it's a wrong approach, because your child is a different person than you are. Like there is something to learn, you know, and you can always like steer your kids to not repeat mistakes that like you feel like you have made, but at the end of the day, like they're gonna make their own choices. You can just like lay out the foundation as best as possible for them to make right choices for them. But like she is just trying to, in a way, like live vicariously through her.
Yeah. And
I think Meadow in turn, how do I say this? I feel like she looks down on Carmela for like everything. I think again, the relationship between a daughter and a mother is different to a relationship between a daughter and a father. I feel like you're gonna like see yourself more in your mother and see like some mistakes that you don't want to make. And so like I feel like in this episode, and there were like previous episodes, I feel like she talks down to her. Like when Carmela mentioned like this book, and I have no fucking clue what that book is. Like she said something like her reaction was like, you don't know that, or like
Yeah.
it somehow seemed condescending. And there was like a similar scene, I think, when Carmela also visited her in college, and like she was looking at some books, and Meta was like, oh, we read that ages ago. Like it feels like that sort of a vibe
I agree with you.
that like their relationship has, and it's different than the relation that she has with Tony, which is also such a specific relationship. I think she really loves Tony. In this episode, like she had that line where she was like, okay, mob boss, and like they don't talk about it out in the open.
She even challenged him to be honest for 3 seconds.
Yeah. And like he of course wasn't, and like she backed away, because like I think similarly to Carmela, if you want to be here with Tony and love Tony, you have to ignore things. Like you have to close your eyes to certain things. And so like technically for Meadow as a human, she should not, like she should see her parents with clear eyes and like know what they do. But that's like it's the most difficult thing. Like this is the person that raises the person that you love.
I completely agree with you on both instances. I think the relationship she has with Tony is the most complicated one, because I think she cannot and does not know how to deal with the fact that he is working in Mafia, basically. That like he is that mob boss. I don't think she knows how to deal with that, and yet it is bothering her. And I feel like, yes, she loves him and she dared him to be honest, but like I don't know, I don't think she would know how to deal with that, and I don't think she wanted him to even be honest, because like you said, then she would have to stop pretending. And I think she hates that she's pretending, and I do believe that is something she blames, because the episode ended on Carmela saying, she blaming me. And
yes.
Tony said, like, what is she blaming?
I literally was like, everything. I married you. Like, you're the father
with you.
of you.
I ignored everything.
I am the one, like, she's gonna turn out like me because I'm closing my eyes. So she's gonna have to close her eyes, because, like, I'm sure she also likes the life that she has in terms of, like, what it provides for her.
Yeah. And again,
like she cannot work all summer.
Exactly. And again, I don't think she knows how she would know. I think she needs psychologists for that. I don't think she, just like as a person by herself, being raised by her dad that she loves.
Yeah.
That like was a good dad to her, nice dad to her. Like they shared such nice moments in their lives.
Yeah.
Like every daughter has with her father. She resents him for this, but she wouldn't. I don't think she would know how to deal with something like that on her own. So she's gonna pretend, if she doesn't go to psychologist right now, and let's say continues going.
Yeah, I think that just the fact that like in that conversation, I literally was not sure where the conversation was gonna go in the kitchen, but like she backed away, like she didn't press the issue further, and so like I think that is detrimental to her character. Same with the fact that she ended up not going to Europe.
Yeah.
And just like enrolling into these classes, and like I like it's great to get to like continue with college and like get higher education and all that, but like I think like not making that choice in a way also feels like similarly to how when Chris chose to like walk back into the house and not like search for a different career,
or Carmela when she said that
with
like,
the psychologist.
Yes, that like when she said to give 50,000 for the school, for Meadow, like it's similar to that situation. Again, I honestly think the only way that like something could change is if she would go and continue talking to somebody, because I still think she's young. I don't think she is gonna go and continue talking to somebody, because but
yeah, me neither.
Honestly, I don't think that's where the story is gonna go, but like I honestly think that there is something that like could help, because she's so young right now, and she does have problems with all that. She just doesn't know how to deal with any of that at this age, by herself. But the fact that like again, like you said, she didn't go to Europe, the fact that like she went back to college, all of those things to me indicate where her story is gonna continue going.
Yeah, I think it's somehow like similar also to like Tony, let's say, dropping out of college. Because like it's a thing that was easier, like to fall back on like the family business,
Definitely,
let's say. For her, it's easier not to like
Run away from them.
yeah, it's easier to stay next to them. And so like she chose that. And again, I think this is like the path of her character has been determined basically with these choices that have been made. And like it seems like it was such a clear path from the get-go, you know, you just didn't know if it was gonna like...
I definitely agree with that. I definitely think it's such an easier like it's an obvious choice. Again, I still think if she would to have help from somebody on the side,
of course, like it's
but
never
just like for AJ as well, you know, we saw in one scene basically when he was about to switch school and talking to their principal or whatever, that he opened his mouth and started talking immediately. These kids don't have anybody to talk to, you know, so they turn to drugs, they turn to destroying properties in like Anthony's case. They turn to everything that Meadow is doing, you know.
I think the kids are done so well. In this show, like it's one of my favorite fucking things.
My favorite thing, honestly. No, everything is my favorite thing. From AJ and Meadow. No, sorry, from Tony.
Yeah.
I think from Tony.
Yeah, I mean it all stems from him.
It all started with him. We had Lydia, one of the most important characters as well in the show, you know, and we saw that relationship and how it turned out from the kids and where they are and how they are and the whole path that we see of them during the show, to Chris as well, who is turning to drugs whenever he has a problem, whenever he is stressed. All of it, I just think is perfectly done, and like it's by far my favorite things. By far my favorite storylines in the show. Also Carmela as well, honestly.
I think she's fascinating to me.
Yeah. So like I just
love
perfect. All those storylines.
And another one we had is Adriana. Like
my favorite girl. I fucking adore her, and I cannot believe this is happening. Honestly,
like I would be so manipulated by her, you know what I mean? Because like she also, the things that she does, she knows, like you pan in, like I'm feeling bad for her when she's in the interrogation room or whatever, and then like you pan in on her diamonds that just like she, you know, she like takes it so happily, but like just because like she seems like such a girl and like such a girl's girl, and like so it's easier for me to like forget her being complicit in this. Like I love Carmela as well, and like but it's easier for me to remember that she's complicit, and like somehow for Adriana I'm like she's just I don't know, you know.
I completely agree. Again, Adriana is also a great story, just like a more side character, like such a side story,
at least
like so far, but look, all the facts that we have on her, you know, like her as well being born into this family, her uncle being Richie, you know, all of those things, her constantly saying through her life, looking for something to do, saying that she doesn't want to end up like Carmela, let's say, like stay-at-home wife, and things like going to the abusive boyfriend constantly, you know? And yes, her personality, again, I call her innocent, because to me, she seems like that. This girl, I really believe that it pains her, that like this girl hurt her right now, because like she really thought she was her friend.
Adriana is not a calculative person.
She wears her heart on her sleeves, basically. She trusts everybody. So like I think because all those things, it's very easy to be compassionate towards her.
I agree completely.
And to ignore those things, because like again, for me, it's easy to ignore, because like I think it's just like with Meadow, you know. I see her as, even though she's grown woman, I see her as a girl. I don't know how this
yes, because like I mean that's how she acts. I don't know what to call her. Like like this seems like an insult, but like she doesn't think too much, you know what I mean? Like with Carmela, and like maybe that makes Carmela worse, because like you know that Carmela is smart and sharp, and so like the things that she does in a way like she does them
I completely
knowingly, and like Andrea is just like Adriana.
completely.
She loves Chris, and like she loves Chris, and she likes getting like presents, and like she doesn't think anything about this whole situation. Like she doesn't think like I don't think she sits here and thinks, is this morally wrong or right?
No.
Where Carmela can have that and like still do this.
I completely agree. I don't think Adriana thinks at all about
That's
this.
what I mean.
She was born into this. Yeah. That's normal for her. Yeah. That's what she knows. That's what probably her parents knew. Yeah. Her uncle, her like everything around her. It was like that from the start.
Yeah.
She pretended, and now it's not pretending anymore. So yeah, I completely agree with you. So like I think,
and again, I think because like she is not calculative and not like anything like that. I think she's such an easy target for the police because like if I don't even think that this thing would have been difficult to get out of. Like with her charges, I feel like if she just got a lawyer,
sorry, not gonna come with you. I'm gonna call my lawyer.
I'm gonna call my lawyer, and when the lawyer comes, because like they have her on carrying charges, but like it's slim. You know what I feel? Like I feel like you could get away with it. You know what I mean? And so like just because like she is not that calculative or whatever, like she didn't even think about that. She's like sitting there talking hurt that this girl betrayed her. Now she's just gonna be scared and is gonna like have to cooperate, even though like realistically I feel like this could have been a thing that like easily with a good lawyer you can afford honestly, a good lawyer.
That's why from the start like we were like you were thinking rationally well, what are they gonna have with her? They don't have to have anything.
That's true.
They can threaten her with Chris and she would do anything for Chris. She was such a fucking easy target, and so like the entire conversation was crying because she was hurt that this person, she was like, is your name even Francesca? She was hurt that like that's not true. Their friendship was a lie.
Yeah. Like
so like how can you actually be mad at her? You know
I'm
what I mean?
Like literally cannot at any point. Literally. So like I forget that, and again they like painting on the jeweler, and I'm like, yeah. So, like I don't even like it's. Yeah. I'm literally manipulated by it. You know what I mean? Like. She is, again, if I want all of them to go to jail, she's one of the people as well that like directly benefits from this and everything, but like I just like look at her. What am I supposed to do there? So, yeah. I really think that's gonna be detrimental to her character.
No, I definitely think so.
This choice here.
I still think she's ending up that.
Me too.
Honestly, I think that's the only way where her character is gonna go.
I agree.
I'm just wondering how it's gonna come to that and how is that gonna affect Chris as well. Like I'm gonna be very sad for that, but like I think that's a very good storyline. I think she was a perfect person for this, and I think that's also gonna be very interesting for Chris' character as well.
Yeah, like I'm not looking forward to it, but like I do think it's a perfect storyline.
Perfect storyline for
absolutely.
Like I'm telling you, like they just immediately like from an character, like endearing character, they made her such an interesting character in my opinion that has such an interesting storyline.
I agree.
Honestly.
I agree.
So yeah, no. Perfect
episode. Literally a perfect episode. Nothing to add.
I was about to say so happy that I'm editing this and then I see your laptop here, so like I'm not editing this, so like that's a shame.
All me.
Okay guys.
Thanks so much for watching.
Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you very soon. Bye.